I was having an issue with one of the plates on the bottom of the slide on the 29.3. You can see the track mark here. That's where the roller's running on this. The pressure from that roller caused this edge here and this edge here to cup down. It was kind of concave. This probably had a gap of 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch between this black bottom board and the plate. I tried taking a block and driving it back out, straightening it out. Actually hit it with a hammer, tapped it to see if I could bend it, and it just would not go up. It would just spring back down. When I looked at it closer, you might be able to see it. There's a small screw right here and right here from the factory. These are self-drilling screws designed to go into metal. So I'm assuming there's a metal framing in this slide out floor here on the edge out here that these are screwed into, because these were secure and fine and the plate was flat here. And if you go to the other side, back up under here and take the gasket down, you probably can't see it, but there's two more just like this end screwed up in here, and I'm assuming they're on the inside edge of the framing, or the floor framing, which is also metal, I'm assuming. The intermediate screws, and I believe, as I recall, there was only, look at the other one here, I think there was only one pair of screws here and one pair of screws here, and the ones that were here in the middle of this bowed plate had pulled out because they were screwed only into this wood bottom board, which is about 1/4 of an inch thick, and that type of screw won't hold in wood. So what I did is I took just kind of pulled those out. They fell out, and took a 3/16 bit and drilled additional holes in the plate just so the screw would pass through without being threading onto it. And then I took a 1/8 inch bit and drilled up 2.5 inches up through the hole I had drilled in the plate. So now I had an 1/8 inch hole up 2.5 inches. I then used a from Lowe's metal screw, Pan Phillips. It's got a pan head on it. It's number 10 by 3 inches, and ran those up in there, and they bit into what felt to me like wood framing. I'm assuming there's blocking in the floor, but it may not be. It may be actually the decking on this floor that I went through and added the screws. And as I added them, I pulled them up evenly, and the plates went out flush. And I've operated this slide probably 6 times now, and I haven't had any issues so far with it. So it's almost imperceptible now, other than the screw heads. You have additional screws here, but the bowing of the plate is not noticeable. If you were going to do this, you might want to use 2.5 inch screws here and try that. I'm afraid what I've done is I've gone through the deck on the slide out, so these screw tips could possibly be piercing the decking and sticking up a little bit inside, which could get into, you know, poke a hole in your furnace ductwork, or wiring, or a piece of pipe laying on top of it. It's very possible. So you might want to use 2.5s to start with and see if they pull them up without stripping, and if not, then go to the 3, I guess. But I'm very happy with the end result.